What made us human? Was it the moment we learned to speak, to dream, or the first time we tamed fire against the darkness? Over 200,000 years ago, in the heart of Africa, thunder rolled across endless savannas, where life fought for every breath. Beneath the storm's fury, a woman, one of the first Homo Sapiens, cradled her newborn child beside a fragile flame. Around her, the tribe hunted to survive, their stone spears cutting through dust and fear alike. Yet, even as the desert winds rose and sand swallowed the horizon, something stirred within them, a spark, not of fire, but of mind. And then light, a spark born of stone and instinct. For the first time, fire danced at their feet. In that fragile glow, fear retreated, and curiosity awakened. Around the flames, Homo Sapiens shared warmth, food, and something far greater: connection. The night no longer belonged to predators alone. Yet danger still watched from the shadows, to golden eyes silent, calculating. The leopard struck, and chaos erupted. Spears clashed, shouts echoed into the dark. When the dust settled, victory came with loss. For every life taken, another lesson was burned into memory. Survival demanded unity. At dawn, they gathered beneath the rising sun, faces streaked with ash and resolve. A woman tended to the wounded with crushed leaves and gentle hands, a flicker of empathy, the birth of compassion. Through pain, they discovered care. Through survival, they found meaning. Days passed, and words began to form, not yet speech, but rhythm. Sounds, gestures, and shared looks built bridges between minds. They carved signs onto stone, tracing memories of hunts, storms, and stars. These marks, the first symbols of thought, were whispers of imagination taking shape. And as wind swept through the savannah, they packed their tools, their fire, their stories. The world ahead was vast and unknown, but in their eyes burned something new: awareness. Humanity had taken its first step beyond the cave, chasing the horizon of its own becoming. Across endless plains, the wind carried them forward, faces weathered, hearts unbroken. The Homo Sapiens marched through savannas where lions once ruled, their every step a defiance of extinction. Beneath the blazing sun, they crossed rivers of fury, bound together by hands and courage. Where one faltered, another pulled them through, the first echoes of collective strength, the seed of civilization. But nature was merciless. The Sahara rose before them, a sea of sand and wrath. Storms howled, swallowing the horizon. Yet even in chaos, they endured, huddled beneath a pale moon, guarding the fragile fire that kept hope alive. And then beyond the dunes, a miracle: the ocean. Its vastness shimmered under the morning sky, a new world calling from the edge of possibility. Wonder turned to invention.
Look at this water.
With vines and wood,
It goes on
they crafted
forever.
rafts, their minds reaching further than instinct had ever dared. As waves crashed against their fragile vessels, they pushed onward, eyes fixed on the unknown. That moment, the crossing of the sea was not just survival. It was transformation. Humanity was no longer bound by land or fear. The age of exploration had begun. They arrived strangers in a new world. The first Homo Sapiens stepped onto foreign sand, kneeling to kiss the earth that promised both life and peril. Across the forests, they were not alone. From the shadows emerged another kind of human, Neanderthals, broad, powerful, and cautious. For a moment, silence bridged to species divided by millennia. One outstretched hand, one uncertain gaze, and for the first time, humanity met itself. They shared tools, fire, and food, a fragile peace flickering between them. Together they hunted the great beasts of Europe, learning from one another in ways lost to time. The peace among species was never meant to last. Fear returned, and with it, violence. Spears clashed once more, not just for food, but for land, for survival. When the battle ended, only Homo Sapiens stood among the fallen, their victory heavy with sorrow. Yet even as ashes cooled, their fire burned brighter. It spread through forests and valleys, a symbol of persistence and curiosity. Northward they marched, into lands of endless ice. Wrapped in fur and determination, they kindled flames against the cold. Around those fires, songs began, soft, uncertain, yet deeply human. In the glow of survival land snow, Homo sapiens were no longer wanderers. They were becoming a species that would outlast the ice and remember. Deep within the caves of Lascaux, firelight flickered across ancient walls painted with bison, deer, and dreams. Each mark, each handprint, was more than art. It was memory, an echo of a mind that sought to understand its world. A woman carved the image of a stag, her trembling hand guided by imagination, the same spark that would one day build civilizations. Beside her, stories unfolded. Around the fire, the first storyteller wove legends of hunt and spirit, while children listened wide-eyed. Music followed, flutes of bone, stones struck in rhythm, a heartbeat shared by an entire tribe. They shaped sharper tools, carved shells into necklaces, and buried their dead with care and meaning. In these moments, Homo sapiens became more than survivors. They became creators, dreamers, humans. At dawn, mist rose over the valley, wrapping the earth in quiet reflection. The Homo sapiens stood together, watching the sun emerge through the fog. For the first time, they wondered not just how to live, but why. Curiosity had become consciousness. They began to plant seeds, shaping the land as much as it shaped them. Villages took root where once there had been only wandering footsteps. The soul offered food, the hearth offered belonging. And beside them, wolves turned to companions, trust born between two species that had once been rivals. Smoke curled from huts, children laughed, and cooperation replaced chaos. Yet where community grew, so did conflict. Anger flared over food and power, and humanity's first shadows of greed appeared. Still, amidst the turmoil, one figure looked down into still water and saw not a beast, but a person. That night, beneath an ocean of stars, they lifted their eyes to the heavens. The same minds that once feared the dark now searched for meaning within it. From questions came faith, from faith civilization. Humanity had crossed another threshold, not of survival, but of soul. Across fertile plains, the rhythm of life changed once more. Hands that once hunted now sowed and harvested. The first fields of grain swayed beneath the wine, evidence of mastery over nature, and the dawn of agriculture. Villages grew into towns, filled with craftsmen shaping clay, spinning fibers, and weaving the story of civilization. Walls rose from earth and stone, each brick a declaration that humanity had learned to build its own world. With abundance came exchange tools for food, cloth for metal, the birth of trade and connection between distant tribes, but prosperity also brought division.
You owe me 3 measures of grain for
Beneath
that.
banners of smoke, clans clashed, and fire consumed the homes they had raised. Mothers fled through chaos, cradling the fragile future of humankind. From ashes and sorrow, Homo sapiens rebuilt once more. Their resilience became their legacy, the will to rise again, to learn, to endure. Each scar, each ruin, was a lesson written in fire. That progress was never without cost, yet always driven by hope.
Together, we are strong.
From the heat of the forge, sparks danced into the night, the birth of metal tools, and a new age of creation. Knowledge no longer vanished with the wind. It was etched into clay, the first written words preserving the memory of our kind. Beneath ancient skies, our ancestors raised stones to trace the movement of stars, seeking order in the heavens. Civilizations rose from dust and dream cities of stone, temples of thought, monuments to human ambition. Millennia passed, and our lights now shimmer across the globe, from orbiting satellites to glowing metropolises. Yet, as we look back upon the faces of our ancestors, we see them within ourselves, curious, fragile, endlessly reaching. The story of evolution is not over. It continues here, with us. If this journey moved you, remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, because our evolution still unfolds.